My phone stayed silent for 17 calls, each one a crack in the foundation of my marriage. By the time Ethan stumbled through the door at 12:03 a.m., reeking of bourbon and betrayal, I wasn't the same woman who'd started dialing at noon. He didn't notice the untouched dinner or the burned-out candles. Instead, he grinned, loosened his tie, and announced he'd spent the day with his boss, Olivia, in ways that didn't involve spreadsheets. "I don't regret it," he said, leaning against the counter like he'd just won a prize. I didn't scream or cry. I finished my salad, fork steady and planned. The next morning, when he expected his usual coffee and eggs, he found something else waiting, a reckoning that ended everything. That morning had started like any other in our 15-year marriage. At 5:45 a.m., I was in the kitchen, grinding Ethiopian coffee beans for Ethan's pour-over, 2 teaspoons of raw sugar, no milk. Toast with avocado sliced just so. I knew his preferences like a second language, honed over years of quiet care. He shuffled downstairs at 6:20, muttering, "Morning, love," his lips brushing my forehead as he grabbed his mug. "Big day with Olivia," he said, already texting. "Don't wait up." Olivia Vance, his new boss of 4 months, was a name that had crept into our conversations like an uninvited guest. Brilliant, driven, always meeting Ethan late. I'd met her once at a company gala, tailored suit, sharp smile, eyes that sized me up like I was competition, not a wife. "Date night tonight," I reminded him, pointing to the fridge calendar. "First Wednesday of the month, our ritual for a decade." "Wouldn't miss it, Nora," he said, but his phone screen held his attention. The late nights had started small Wednesdays for team syncs, then Mondays, then any day Olivia snapped her fingers. New cologne, too, something crisp and costly, not the cedarwood I'd gifted him every birthday. Office air fresheners, he'd explained when I noticed. Olivia's into ambience. His phone. Got a passcode, too. "Corporate security," he said, snatching it back when I tried to check the weather. I should have seen it then, but 15 years of trust blinds you. I spent the day as usual, managing the community center, organizing youth programs, eating a quick lunch of hummus and pita. My sister, Lauren, a divorce attorney, had warned me last week over coffee. "Check your accounts, Nora. He missed your anniversary dinner." I saw his car at the Crest Hotel during my deposition. I'd brushed it off. Ethan was busy, climbing the corporate ladder, but doubt had started to root. For our date night, I'd planned Ethan's favorite, homemade ravioli, ricotta from the Italian market, a bottle of Pinot Noir we'd saved from our Napa trip. I wore the blue dress he loved, the one he said made my eyes glow like sapphires. At 6 p.m., I texted, "Dinner's ready." No reply. By 7 o'clock, the ravioli was cold. I called. Voicemail. By 8:30, after 5 unanswered calls, I opened the wine. By 10 o'clock, call 10, I was pacing, the candles dripping onto the tablecloth we'd bought for our wedding. At 11 o'clock, call 15, I checked our credit card app. A $350 charge at Crest Hotel's lounge. 8:12 p.m. oysters, champagne, 2 entrees. My heart didn't break, it hardened. Call 17, 11:50 p.m. was my last. I wasn't begging anymore. I was preparing. When Ethan walked in, whistling, I was at the table, eating alone. The perfume hit first, floral, aggressive, not mine. "Tough day?" I asked, voice calm. He grabbed a whiskey, oblivious to the cold ravioli. "You could say that." Then he dropped it. "I was with Olivia. Her office, her car, the Crest. Multiple times, Nora. And I'd do it again." I chewed slowly, swallowed, set my fork down. Sounds productive, I said. He blinked, expecting tears, not sarcasm. You're not upset? I took another bite. The raviolis overcooked. That's upsetting. He stammered, thrown off. We need to talk. I stood, cleared my plate. Sleep in the guest room. We'll talk when I'm ready. By 3 a.m., I was at my laptop, building Project Eclipse. I transferred $38,600 from our joint savings to my personal account, opened after his cologne changed. I canceled his supplementary credit cards. 3 clicks, 3 confirmations. I downloaded our text history, his messages to Olivia glowing like evidence. You're a game changer. Can't stop thinking about last night. I scheduled meetings with 2 divorce attorneys, Lauren first. By 5:30, I was cooking. Not for Ethan, but for my guest. At 7 o'clock, I called Javier, my colleague from the community center. Charismatic, marathon runner build, quick with a laugh. He owed me for covering his shifts. Want to earn $150 eating breakfast and stirring trouble? I texted. Name the time, he replied. I wore my favorite sundress, hair loose, makeup sharp. Ethan's breakfast was perfect. Avocado toast, pour over coffee, bacon crisp enough to snap. Javier arrived at 7:25, grinning. This is gonna be fun. Ethan stumbled downstairs at 7:40, expecting his usual. Instead, he found Javier in his chair, halfway through his toast. Morning, I said, pouring Javier coffee. Javier's enjoying your breakfast. Ethan froze. Who's this? Javier, meet Ethan, my soon-to-be ex who spent yesterday with his boss. Javier Esmirquez. 17 ignored calls, man. Weak. Ethan's face cycled through shock, rage, panic. What is this, Nora? Consequences, I said, sliding bacon onto Javier's plate. Also, Olivia's husband, Dr. Mark Vance, might want a word. I sent him the hotel receipts. Ethan's phone buzzed, Olivia. He declined it. Answer it, I said. She's been calling since 6 o'clock. Something about Mark finding your texts. Lauren arrived at 8 o'clock, briefcase in hand. Ethan, separation papers. Signed by Friday. He sputtered. This is my house. Lauren smiled. Not anymore. Mortgage is in Nora's name. Your credit score didn't qualify, remember? Ethan fled, phone to his ear. Olivia's voice audible. Mark knows everything. I watched him pace the driveway, his world collapsing. Lauren and Javier stayed, strategizing over coffee. By noon, I was at book club, surrounded by women who'd known me since college. I told them everything, the calls, the confession, the breakfast. They toasted my nerve. Send the hotel bill to Olivia's office, one suggested. I laughed. It felt good. Thursday, I got a call from Dr. Mark Vance. Nora, thanks for the tip. Olivia's done this before, 3 other married men. I've sent her emails to the board. She's finished. He invited me to dinner at La Vigna, Olivia's favorite spot. Wear something bold, he said. I chose a scarlet dress, walked in with Mark, and felt every eye in the room. We toasted to freedom at Olivia's usual table, phones snapping photos. Social media was ablaze by dessert. Olivia and Ethan's scandal was corporate legend. Back home, Ethan's things were gone, his office emptied. A note. Where's my signed vinyl? Lauren had it, safe for leverage. His car was repossessed, leased under my name. His 401k, gutted by penalties. Olivia? Fired, living in a studio apartment. her trust fund frozen. Ethan was on her couch, their affair soured by reality. 6 months later, I was promoted to regional director at the community center. Javier and I started a fitness program for kids, funded by my new wine club side hustle, Sisters Unbound. Ethan? A junior clerk at a rival firm, taking the subway. One rainy night, he showed up with wilted flowers, begging, "I am sorry, Nora." I shut the door. Too late. I celebrated with Mark at La Vigna. Our weekly tennis games, now a ritual. My kitchen table, once Ethan's, held my coffee, my laptop, my life. The best revenge wasn't ruining him. It was thriving without him. My phone stayed silent, and I loved it.